So they've got a hit podcast and a show on Netflix, The Minimalists. They're showing people around the world how to prioritize relationships that matter through decluttering your home. Yes. And now they're offering more guidance through their new book, Love People, Use Things. I spoke with the Minimalists, Joshua Fields, Millburn, and Ryan Nicodemus. Well, recently we've actually spoken with another minimalist on our show recently, but I am curious about how your idea of minimalism is different from what people might expect.
You know, I think minimalism is the thing that gets us past the things. So quite often we think about the things in our life. The average American household has 300,000 items in it, so we have a lot of stuff. But I think one of the misconceptions about minimalism is it's just about stuff. It really starts with the stuff, but it goes way beyond that because our physical possessions are just a physical manifestation of what's going on inside us. So if you have a lot of material clutter, there's a good chance, if you're anything like me, you also had some psychological clutter, some mental clutter, emotional clutter, spiritual clutter, the relationship clutter, the career clutter that's getting in the way. So by dealing with the excess stuff, we're able to start asking questions and looking inside us so we can deal with life's most important questions.
What if you have too many clothes? What kind of clutter does that suggest in this noggin?
Well, I think any of the physical clutter we have in our lives, it's a physical manifestation of what's going on inside of us. So someone with too many clothes, maybe it says that, they're holding on to, 2 years ago how they looked, or maybe they're worried about the next fashion statement or always being in fashion. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having too many clothes. The problem is when our stuff, when it starts to weigh on us. So, for someone who has too many clothes, I would ask them, how might your life be better with less clothes? And if their answer is, you know what, it wouldn't be any better if I got rid of my clothes, then I would say to them, well, keep your clothes. However, I know for me, I had a lot of clothes that, that were 2 sizes too big. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll hold on to those because maybe one day I'll get bigger again and I'll need that double XL, which is a pretty horrible plan if you think about it. So really, it's not about the stuff that you have, as Josh said. We're not here to judge. We can only relate, really. So anyone who has too many shirts, too many pants, too many whatever, I would posit that they ask themselves that question: how might their life be better with less?
I love that. I love you guys. No judging, just relating, which I think is really key because we all have that. I would show you the room I'm sitting in now, but you might faint. So do you think overall that the pandemic has changed the way that people look at minimalism now?
It's a fascinating question because we've heard this word a lot recently: essential travel, essential business, essential worker. But rarely do we ever stop to look around at our homes and ask, what is essential? In fact, in the book, we have 16 rules for living with less. And one of those rules is the no junk rule. Everything you own, it's in your home, your car, your office, wherever, can fit into one of 3 piles. It's either essential, it's non-essential, or it's junk. And we help you identify the junk so you can get that out of the way. You can have the essentials that are necessary for living, but then also there are many things that aren't truly essential, the non-essentials, but they add value to our lives in some way. So I don't absolutely need a kitchen table, but it adds immense value to me and my family. And my daughter is eating breakfast at it this morning. And so I don't want to deprive myself of that. Minimalism is not about deprivation. It's about living an intentional life with less.
I like it. I love those tips. Thank you both so much for taking the time to share this with us, to share your journey and the advice.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Such great advice. Although I'm going to disagree with them there. I think it's okay to keep a couple pairs of pants, even if they're too big or too small.